May I have everyone's attention, please?
If you like the original Mean Girls starring Lindsay Lohan, then you might like this all the more, especially if you're a fan of musicals. Hey YouTube, what's up? My name is Aram and welcome back to the channel here at A-Vlogs, and for this review we'll be talking about Mean Girls. Now this is a reboot, more of a remake actually, not a reboot, but a remake of the original, and medyo nakakatawa and medyo weird yung story of how this film came to be. It all started with a book, and from there Tina Fey actually wrote the screenplay and they made Mean Girls, the film that starred Lindsay Lohan and Rachel McAdams by name niya. It was a pop culture phenomenon, so many people loved it, so many references from that film were used in pop culture references, such as On Wednesdays We Wear Pink.
On Wednesdays we wear pink.
You go, Glen Coco.
You go, Glen Coco.
And then eventually they made it into a musical on Broadway. And from there, they didn't stop the journey into milking every ounce from Mean Girls. They decided to take that musical and make it back into a film. So it's a book that became a film, that became a musical, and the musical, they decided to turn it back into a feature-length film. So very interesting in journey niya, but you know, in all honesty, I loved it. I love the music. I never saw the original Broadway musical. I saw the Lindsay Lohan film, and that's where it becomes interesting here. It's basically a musicalified version of the original Lindsay Lohan, Rachel McAdams movie. Whatever you thought about the first film, go back to that film, watch every ounce of it, but make it musical. That's basically what we get here. And in a way, I enjoyed it becoming that because I am a fan of musicals in general. Now, I think that's where it will be a bit of a debate. If you're not into musicals, we came watching the film with a friend of ours and she actually didn't know the context. She's not into musicals per se, and therefore medyo cringy siya, medyo weird siya, especially if you like the first. But for me, if you like the first and you like musicals, those combinations actually work for me, and I loved it. I loved seeing a different side to this. I feel like there was more character development and more avenues for the characters to express themselves in this one in terms of songs. You got more from the friends, for example. You got to know more about them through their solos. You get a lot more from Regina George. You get a lot also from the friends. Janice. Cady had less time to actually be in the spotlight. That's my opinion. I mean, she had less songs, she had less airtime. I feel like other people around her, especially Regina George, had more opportunities to really get into the zone. In terms of acting, she was pretty okay. I love, again, the music here, the songs. Now, when it comes to musicals, I'm not a fan of musicals that I haven't heard the songs beforehand, and I didn't listen to the Mean Girls soundtrack, and I actually enjoyed it. It was actually nice and easy to follow with the songs, and it's so catchy, it's so vibrant, and it matches the tone, it matches the almost youthful vibes. There's a bit of pop, almost like a Billie Eilish, Britney Spears kind of sound to it. Characterization wise, it allowed more out of the characters. I love the portrayal of Regina George. I actually found out that she was the Regina George, the actress here played Regina George in the original Broadway musical, which really shows, and she really owned the role. I feel like it was really spot on in terms of that bitchy, spoiled, but then there's a humanity thing going on there as well. I loved, again, how they zeroed in also on Janice this time around, portrayed by Auliʻi Cravalho, who is the voice of Moana. She really nailed it in terms of the vocals. I really loved how she sang here. I love the characterization. Overall, again, like what I said here, I enjoy this because it's a preference thing. There's nothing all that new in terms of the story, and I think it's fine. I think this is an example of you don't really need to mess with it because it is such a pop culture phenomenon already. It's just glamified into a musical. And if you like that, then this is definitely a movie that you will enjoy. Now, admittedly though, then there are going to be tendencies that if you are a fan of the Mean Girls film back in the 2000s era, you're gonna compare, you're going to think about why is this character different looking, why did I like this one better, this one hindi ko masyadong gusto. So you have to be just careful not to fall into the rabbit hole when it comes to that and just enjoy the film as it is.
Celine Dion.
No.
Beyonce.
I actually rate this film a score of 7 out of 10 overall. It's very enjoyable, especially again if you love musicals. So that's pretty much it for this review of Mean Girls. Have you guys seen it? I want to know your thoughts down in the comment section down below. Once again, don't forget to make every day into an adventure. God bless, guys, and catch me on the next one. Peace out.